Insecurity is flat out unattractive and pushes people away from you without you even realizing it. But insecurity is just a feeling. It's not a fact. The truth is, you can work on things that you feel insecure about, even things that you can't even change, and become confident in yourself. And in this video, I'll show you how. My name is Artisan from The Attractive Man, and this is how to stop being insecure.
I'm Matt. He has mastered the art of seduction.
Many boot camps encourage men to be assertive.
A woman wants to be turned on. We've done all the testing, and we know what works. Now, this won't be your typical video on the topic, just telling you to believe in yourself and give yourself a hug and a pat on your back. No, because oftentimes insecurity is deeper than that and stems from your identity. Or maybe you have a core belief that women only like tall, rich, buff guys, and anything that goes against that or disproves that core beliefs threatens your identity. So you need to train your mind to stop seeing yourself as this is who I am and it's set in stone, and start viewing yourself as a more fluid concept. Someone whose beliefs are constantly evolving and even upgrading. And instead of trying to prove yourself right all the time, see, another tall, buff, rich guy with a hot girl. Try to prove yourself wrong. In fact, try to disprove your own identity. Well, at least the things that are making you feel insecure. Now, you might be wondering, how do I even know what my identity is? Well, a quick exercise that you can do right now is to write down 5 adjectives that best describe yourself. In fact, go ahead and do it right now. Pause this video and write down 5 adjectives. I'll be waiting. Did you write down anything that you wish wasn't true? Or maybe you wrote down some facts like I'm too short or I'm Indian. Well, do you have any destructive beliefs around those adjectives? For example, maybe you have a belief that women don't like short Indian guys. If so, then I want you to start seeking out evidence to disprove it. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later in the video. Or maybe you wrote down 5 positive adjectives, but do you have 100% control over all of them? For example, maybe you wrote down friendly, caring, awesome guitar player, popular, and giving. Those are great, but if you think about it, popular isn't 100% your choice. If you walk into a room and you don't know anybody, then you're probably not going to feel too popular and you might start feeling a little insecure. The truth is, I used to feel really insecure about my big nose, balding hair, and being way too skinny. I was 135 pounds in high school. And these steps helped me overcome those feelings of inadequacy and feel a lot better about myself despite being far from perfect. So step number 1 is you gotta stop comparing yourself to others. And this can be really difficult nowadays with social media and particularly Instagram. Remember that people just post the best from their lives. They rarely, if ever, post any of their flaws. Remember that it's a highlight reel of their lives. They only let you see what they want you to see. So if you compare yourself to that, well, then you can never really live up to that because it's perfection. But the truth is, nobody is perfect. Nobody lives a perfect life, and you're not seeing all their problems, their insecurities, their struggles, and all the negative things that life throws at them. So limit your social media. Don't spend, so much time looking at people's feeds, and only follow close friends, family members, and positive influencers. I mean, if it inspires you, then great, but if it makes you feel insecure in comparison, then unfollow them. There's always going to be somebody bigger or better, so accept it. It doesn't mean that you should give up. It just means that you should use your own metric for success instead of using somebody else's. So from now on, only compare yourself to you. While comparing is necessary to see where you rank yourself, it doesn't make sense to compare yourself to somebody who might have very different values. It only makes sense to compare yourself to your past self. How far have you come? Did you achieve your goals? And by the way, if you're not reaching your goals, maybe you need to change your goals. So every 30 days, every 6 months, and every 12 months, or you can do it every quarter, I want you to take inventory of yourself and compare how far you've come. Maybe you've been working out consistently and eating a lot healthier, then take pictures every month, and after a few months, compare how far you've progressed. Doesn't make sense to compare yourself to Arnold Schwarzenegger, who worked out 6 days a week for 6 hours straight. Another example comes from one of my favorite bands, Metallica, who back in the day, they had a guitar player named Dave Mustaine, who for some reason they kicked him out of the band, I don't know why, and he obviously felt really bad about that, but he decided to use that as motivation to start a new band and become very successful, which is a great idea, by the way. Don't dwell and wallow in your self-pity. Instead, use that as motivation. But the problem was that his metric for success was Metallica, and even though he had thousands, if not millions, of adoring fans and was making millions of dollars and had one of the most famous metal bands in history, he still didn't feel happy and he still felt really insecure, as he talked about in some of his interviews. So don't compare yourself to others. Instead, only compare yourself to yourself. And just like there's always someone better than you, there's also someone worse than you. Someone's looking at the short guy thinking, wow, he's so lucky to be 5'1", I'm only 4'1". And someone else is looking at the little person thinking, wow, he's so lucky he can walk. I can't. And another person looks at the guy in the wheelchair and thinks, wow, he's so lucky that he can go outside. I'm stuck in this hospital. Do you get the point? Step 2 is change what you can and accept what you can't. The first step in this is to stop complaining. For example, when it comes to dating, if you're insecure about not having enough money, then anytime the thought that rich men are the only ones that can attract beautiful women enters your mind, you need to shift that mindset to something else, like wealth isn't the only thing that beautiful women are attracted to. Decent women are more concerned with how the guy makes her feel and other important attributes. So to switch this way of thinking, I want you to use the rubber band technique. Every time a sabotaging thought enters your mind, snap the rubber band on your wrist like that. It does hurt. And trust me, your thought patterns will change. Next, start taking action towards improving your weaknesses, the things that you can control. Let it motivate you. For example, with money, look at people like Jay-Z, Oprah, or Tony Robbins, who came from extreme levels of poverty and are now extremely wealthy. There are certain things that you can change, like how much money you make, or being too skinny or too overweight. If you don't like the way you look, you can go to the gym, lift heavy weights, eat healthy, improve your wardrobe, etc. If you don't like your hair, get a haircut. If you don't like being bald, then get a hair transplant, which I did, by the way. Or just accept it. By the way, your personality can change. It's not set in stone. It's not defined by nature. I believe that you have full control in becoming the person that you want to be. For example, in high school, I was extremely insecure, nervous, I had very few friends, and I was at the bottom of the popular food chain. But I started working on myself. I started reading self-development books, and I took small steps and actions every single day, and eventually my confidence and charisma increased a lot, especially compared to where I came from. John Kabat-Zinn said, you can't stop the waves, but you can learn how to surf. So own it and accept it, because why worry about something that you have no control over? As soon as you embrace it and accept yourself for who you are, it frees you. In fact, I want you to learn to love your insecurity. So as an exercise, I want you to write down 20 positives that you get from it. Let's say you're a very short guy and you're single, so you'd like to attract beautiful women. Well, you might write down that it kind of makes you the underdog, which is like a fun challenge, right? You're working on your personality because you don't have that extra looks and height to attract women. You have to rely on your personality. And then you know that when a woman really likes you, it's not just because she's physically attracted to you, it's because she likes the real you. Maybe you also get away with a lot more when it comes to interacting with women because you don't intimidate them so much. Maybe you can escalate really fast on them because they think you're really cute and adorable. Maybe it caused you to work harder in other aspects of your life, like bodybuilding or building a business. For example, I have a friend that's 5'1", and he owns 50 restaurant businesses and will probably be a billionaire in a few years. And maybe he wouldn't have worked that hard if he was 6'1" and women just threw themselves at him. Start appreciating all that you have, because no matter who you are, where you are, or what you're insecure about, I know that you have a lot to be grateful for. At the minimum, if you're watching this video, I know you're alive. I know you probably have eyes or ears, maybe even both. In fact, one time we had a blind guy attend one of our dating boot camps where we take guys in field to approach women. So I mean, imagine compared to maybe the insecurity and fear of approaching women, imagine trying to do that blind. Step number 3 is you need to stop negative thought loops. For some reason, for most of us, it's easier for us to love other people, but feel negative and even hate ourselves. I bet the mean things that you say to yourself, you would never say to anybody that you care about. But wouldn't it be fair to be gentle and love yourself as easily as you love others? So I want you to notice every time that you think negative about yourself and rephrase it to a positive or more progressive statement. You can go ahead and use the rubber band technique. I'm so stupid could be I just messed up and everybody makes mistakes. I'm a failure could be I found a way that doesn't work and I'll learn from my mistake. I'm too fat or I'm too skinny could be I'm making small steps every day to improve my body. Step number 4, fall in love with yourself. What are some of your positive qualities? What are some things that you already love about yourself? What are some of your achievements? And what are some things that people have complimented you on? I want you to make a list and write down all the skills and qualities and attributes about yourself that you think are positive, the things that you think you're good at. I want you to also include compliments that people have given you. They can be simple things like you have nice shoes. That probably means you have good taste in fashion, so write it down. I also want you to add your achievements to that list. Big, small, it doesn't matter. That anything that you have achieved or accomplished, write it down. Maybe last week you saw a girl at a cafe and you could have sat far away from her, but instead you decided to sit closer to her and maybe you made a little comment. Maybe you gave a bum on the street a nickel. I don't care how small, just write it down. Before you start your day, every single day, go over your list and read every single one of them. And anytime you're feeling down or insecure, do the same. Go over your list and remind yourself all of your achievements, all of your good qualities, because I know you have some good qualities. This will help you focus on gratitude instead of being overly preoccupied with your inadequacy. For example, maybe you're not super good looking, but you're a great storyteller and you can take women on an emotional journey with your words. So focus on your strengths and be grateful for all that you are and all that you have achieved, as well as all the people in your life and all the blessings that you have, instead of solely being preoccupied with your insecurities. By the way, make sure to subscribe to this channel and click that bell notification icon. And I also have a free confidence cheat sheet for you that will help boost your confidence and overcome your insecurities even faster. So make sure to click the link down in the description because it's absolutely free. And step number 5, one of the most important steps, is to surround yourself with support. Chances are that you have a lot of naysayers in your life or people that are insecure, because like attracts like. As you're improving yourself, there's a chance that they might try to bring you back down to their level because that's their comfort zone. If you change, that means that they have to face the cold hard truth that they could also change. And most people want to stay right where they are in their comfort zone. Maybe you've heard of the crab theory. If there are several crabs in a bucket and one tries to escape, instead of trying to help him and push him up, they will actually pull him back down. Unfortunately, a lot of people are the same way. They have the mentality of, I can't have it, neither can you. If the crabs would just support each other, they could easily escape. But instead, their selfishness keeps them trapped. So when you start to change and reach for success, do your friends and family support you and offer encouragement, or do they try to bring you back down to reality? If you want to climb out of your bucket, then don't let other crabs pull you down. Surround yourself with people that accept you and support you, because those are the people that will help lift you up and will help boost your self-esteem. And stop hanging out with crabs that pull you down. Now, if you want more proven ways to eliminate your nervousness, your fears, and insecurities, then download my free confidence cheat sheet that gives you 18 different ways that aren't even in this video and are all proven by science to boost your confidence. There's a link down in the description and to the right of the screen. So download that, man. Also, subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed, because I have more videos on how to increase your confidence coming out soon. And if you need some help with your dating life, then make sure to check out our bootcamp schedule, because we have live workshops all around the world. Again, my name is Artisan from The Attractive Man, and I'll see you in the next video.